This is going to be hard to say. It's literally going to be hard to say. Don't be a worrier, be a warrior. Okay, that's like the one and only time I'll be able to actually pronounce that correctly for this video. Don't be a worrier, be a warrior. Okay, well, maybe twice. Yeah, think about that. You know, I've talked before about most people allow themselves to be victims in life. When something bad happens, oh no, I'm a victim, instead of choosing to be victorious. Well, this is another spin on it, is that ultimately, I like dumbing things down into two categories because it forces you to identify with one another. You know that cliche, there's two kinds of people in the world. Well, I hate that saying, but ultimately I do that all the time with the way that I generalize things, so that it forces us to see ourselves one way or the other, for better or for worse. So imagine that, a worrier, someone who worries, someone who focuses on things they can't control, versus a warrior, someone who's willing to stand up, fight, figure a way to make this thing work, despite the things that they can't control. They don't focus on what they can't control, they focus on what they can. So when it comes to hair loss, you know which camp I'm in. I'm a I'm a warrior. I'm not a worrier. Worrying is a waste of time. All it means is you're wasting time and effort and energy and brain waves on something that you have no control over. So you have to do that as you're starting to realize, oh no, I might be losing my hair. Am I going to freak out and be Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone 1990, which was a movie that probably was filmed before you were born, whereas I was in third grade when it came out, and it was an awesome movie then, and I'm sure it still is now. Another way I want you to put this in perspective, because again, this is not a hair loss channel. It's a mentorship program where an older, cool guy is here to help other guys with confidence who focus way too much on, oh no, am I going bald? And they don't realize the actual issue is they don't quite know who they are yet, because you can't when you're younger. And they haven't learned to build confidence in ways that actually matter to other people. They're still focused on something like hair. So what I want to say for the other thing is, typically if you are a worrier, what you're doing is you are when you look in the mirror, you're seeing what you fear. You're seeing a projection of your own fears when you look at, oh man, look at that. Oh no. You're looking at a projection of fear in the mirror. And instead, what you're not seeing is what the rest of the world sees. They don't see a guy who's balding or not. They see a guy who's confident or not. I mean, think about someone who's cool, right? When you think of people who are cool, people that you look up to, just answer me this right off the bat without thinking about it. Other guys that you think are cool. Does it matter if they have a full head of hair? Does it matter if they're balding? Could you think everything about that guy is cool? I'd like to be around him more, except he's balding. Not worth my time. I can't respect that guy. I really don't think that's how you feel. I really don't. I think what you're doing is you're judging yourself harshly, unfairly, when in reality, someone that you want to be around, someone that you care about, someone that you respect and think is cool, you don't care whether they have hair or not. So why do that to yourself? Why put yourself through that and judge yourself on a harsher standard when you wouldn't do that for someone that you actually wanted to be around? And it's the same thing if we can imagine for females. They are looking for a guy that they can trust, who's going to be their emotional support, who's going to take care of them, who's going to lead and guide them, who's going to make them laugh. If they can find a guy that can do those things, they're not paying attention to the hair either. That's so petty. What they care about is the other things. And so both men and women are judging you. Meanwhile, you judge yourself on fear. You look in the mirror and you see what you fear instead of what other people actually see. So I hope this somewhat short video helps differentiate whether or not you are a worrier or a warrior. There's a difference. You're one or the other. And it's not just with hair loss. It's about everything. You're either a victim by default or you choose to be victorious. You're either a worrier by default or you figure this thing out and become a warrior. I'm Nick Shell. I am a warrior.